You know, before we get into it, I want to go on a little tangent really quick. I mean, that's all we ever do. Our episodes are like 1 hour long tangents.
Yeah.
We're like, hello, today we're doing Spider-Man, and
but
then we're talking about like Rugrats or something.
Yeah.
So
for the hour, and then the 5 minutes we talk about Spider-Man.
So, like, I love the Kraven's Last Hunt episode.
That's my favorite episode.
I know. It's 10 minutes of Kraven's Last Hunt, and then it's me bitching about this book that I still have about being a lawyer.
Oh, boy.
Anyway.
Those are always the best episodes.
I know. The funniest ones, at least.
Yeah.
It still cracks me up when I rewatch that episode.
I know. I've listened to it at least 4 times.
Me too. That might be my most listened one.
Yeah, me too.
That and New Frontier.
Really?
Yeah. I love New Frontier so much, and I love listening to me explain it. But so, I go to the comic book store like at least once a week to get my new arrivals.
Yeah.
The new books that come out each Wednesday.
That's when they bring them in on Wednesday?
Yeah. It's a really weird day. I mean, it's like the middle of the week.
It's to get you through the week.
Exactly.
You'll fix of
You buy like
superhero.
30 books on Wednesday, you'll be done by next Wednesday.
Yeah.
You know?
You got the weekend and everything. It's perfect.
So I'm reading a bunch of current things that are going on. Punisher and New Fantastic Four and Spider-Man. And when it comes to DC books, I realize there's no Green Arrow run going on right now. There's no Hal Jordan run going on. Mostly every book that comes out now is a Batman or Batman-related book.
I was going to say they're cutting the green out.
Yeah. Oh, man. But even like Animal Man or Shazam.
Yeah.
Like Shazam recently has gotten mini-series. And...
Mini?
Mini. Like 6-issue mini-series is...
So, yeah.
You know? And there's a new...
I mean, he's got movies.
Yes.
So he's more popular, right?
Exactly. But you'd think he'd have like a long run. Like an actual run going on. That doesn't get cut off by issue 12. You know, it's like you go to the comic book store, it's like you could pick up Batman, you could pick up Batman Fortress, you could pick up Batgirls, Nightwing, Robin, you could pick up Batman Fortnite, you could pick up Batman Dark Detective, you could pick up Batman whatever, I Am Batman, Future State Gotham. Like, come on. Where's my Elongated Man series? Or like the Atom, or the Atom's crazy wife. Like... I don't want
like. Have you seen? Do you know if there's any extension on that book or
on the Atom's wife?
Yeah,
or just Identity Crisis.
Identity Crisis in general.
I mean continuity. It's just the extension, like things that happen after.
No, I mean but nothing to do with the wife. She's just still in Arkham.
I don't think so. I mean, a few years after that, they would reboot. So I don't even know if that happened anymore. It might have been erased from continuity.
Erased from everyone's mind.
Yeah, Zatanna just came in and was like, "Give it a bear." How do you say wipe? Mind wipe?
I don't
backwards.
Figure it out. I'm too fried. My brain is wrecked from all the episodes we've recorded.
I know. I feel like this is the day where we've done the most recently. We've recorded a lot today. Yeah. I'm proud of us.
We're doing great.
Look at us, man.
Work done. Welcome to the Off the Shelf Podcast. My name is Josh.
And I'm Vinny.
And today we're talking about Shazam.
Oh, yeah. We're talking about Shazam.
Oh, no, I said it and I turned into a big man.
Or a little boy.
Yeah. So he says it to turn back.
Yeah, he says it for both.
Okay.
So we're going to talk about New 52 Shazam by Geoff Johns and Gary Frank.
Yeah.
Now, I feel like we haven't talked about any of the books in the New 52. Only... Before and after 2.
Oh, okay. We talked about the New 52 as a whole.
Yes.
Yeah.
But no, like, single runs.
We did Batman.
We did Batman, but we never put that episode out.
Right, yeah.
We did Court of Owls. It's like a lost episode.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll redo it again.
Or
we'll see how that goes.
The quality is poor. Maybe we'll just release and
pray.
Just do it.
Yeah. But yeah, so
Because that was a good book. I mean,
I know.
that's one of my favorite Batman books.
I love that book, and that series is one of my favorites. It's written by Scott Snyder. He's great. Unless he's not. But most of the time, I think he's pretty great. So, get Batman out of here, though. We're talking about Shazam. Yeah. Right. Have you seen the first Shazam movie?
I did, yeah.
What'd you think?
I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I like it.
It's fun.
I like the concept.
It's better than most recent Marvel movies.
I agree. Well, if you like that movie, then this book is the basis for the movie.
Okay.
Kind of. With a lot of different elements, but a lot of the same beats. So, yeah. So, Shazam. Now, this book wasn't released like Shazam number 1, Shazam number 2. It was a backup story in Justice League. So, like...
What do you mean a backup story?
Like, if you buy issue 1 of Justice League, the first, like, 24 pages will be the Justice League story, but then there'll be a little mini story at the end of the issue. And that's where Shazam was. And it was just, like, after each Justice League story for a while until they wrapped it up.
That's interesting.
It's really interesting. They still do that now with certain things. Like, the current Batman run has, like, a Catwoman backup story. It's really interesting. You get more bang for your buck, I think.
Sure, yeah.
And
a little bonus.
Exactly. And it's like, Geoff Johns was writing Justice League, and he wrote this. So it wasn't like, after he finished Justice League, he was like, hey, Scott Snyder, come write Shazam and put it at the end of my book.
Yeah.
It was just, he was already at the computer.
The typewriter.
Exactly. Yeah. So, what do you know about Shazam?
I was hoping you would ask.
Oh, I always ask.
Okay. I know, because I watched the movie.
Of course.
It's, this boy, he wanders into a temple.
Yes.
And he becomes a god.
Yeah, man.
Basically. Or a hero that's made up of a bunch of gods.
Wow.
And I can tell you their names.
No, I was just going to ask you that. Yeah. What are their names?
Come
on, I'm waiting.
Okay, Shark. Hulk.
Oh, you failed.
Amazonian. Zero from Holes. Archangel Menace! Exclamation mark. Is that close?
It's perfect. You got it.
I know Zeus. Is the Z.
So
I forgot the other.
It's
Artemis is in
Solomon.
There? Solomon. That's the S.
Hercules or Hermes. I feel like it's Hermes. So Solomon, because he's fast.
Solomon.
I don't remember.
Okay.
Solomon, Hermes, Apollo, Zeus. Another A. Maybe Artemis or Ares. I don't think it's Ares. That doesn't
Probably
sound right.
Artemis. Why not Ares? Because that's Roman.
Ares is bad.
And every other one has been Greek.
I guess so, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Wait, is Ares is Roman, right?
Achilles.
Achilles? He's not a god.
I think that's it, though.
Okay.
Whatever. And then...
What about the M?
Mercury.
Mercury.
So I think it is Hercules instead of...
not Greek.
Well, whatever.
So you keep switching between them. Is that...
I don't remember exactly.
Okay.
It's his name is formed from a bunch of gods.
Mercury not just the Roman Zeus, or...
He's the Roman Hermes.
Hermes.
So instead of Hermes, it's Hercules, I think.
Okay.
Because strength.
Hercules. Okay.
Yeah.
But Hermes would be speed. Solomon is strength.
Atlas, Apollo. So it's Solomon, Hercules, Atlas.
Atlas isn't a god either, is he?
Well, I don't know.
Maybe he is. I don't know.
Whatever.
He's the guy that held the world up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Seems godlike to me.
So his name's made up a bunch of guys.
Yeah. So this book begins with this average Joe walking to work. Here he is right here. He's got a nice
That's his name, Average Joe.
Yeah.
He's about to go fight Mr. Probability.
Yeah. So Average Joe is walking. He gives a homeless man a quarter. He gets
generous.
I know. He gets into an elevator with a few people, and he presses the button. And when he presses the button, there's like this little spark of electricity that like hits his finger. And then
that happens.
I know. And then all of a sudden, all the people in the elevator are like evaporated or like disintegrated, and the elevator goes black. And he like starts plunging down the shaft of the elevator. And then when he gets to the bottom, the door opens up and he's in this temple or this cave where this old wizard is screaming at him, and then is like, "You are not the one," and then just like teleports him away. And then you find out that this...
Oh yeah, that kind of happens in the movie.
Yeah. And then you find out that this guy is on like a TV screen doing an interview amongst other people doing interviews of similar encounters. And they're being watched by Dr. Savannah, who is the villain in the movie. This bald guy right here, played by Mark Strong in the movie.
Yeah.
And he has a very similar plot. He's like, I know of this wizard, I want the power. And all these people have experienced it, but depending on like what your religious beliefs are, you'll get those gods to be your name. Or like, they'll just find like a Shazam allegory, but for like your gods.
So if you were like a Christian, it'd be
It'd be
Jesus, God, the Holy Spirit.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's not always Shazam. I mean, the wizard's name is Shazam.
Oh, okay.
And every time you want the power or like to turn into a godlike being, you say his name. So maybe it's, I don't know.
But it wasn't always Shazam. It was Captain Marvel.
Well, the
Mr.
wizard was
Marvel.
always Shazam, but
right.
the character is...
And he always said Shazam
Yes.
to do it.
But he used to be called Captain Marvel until Marvel got mad.
Is this retelling of the origin story?
Yes, it is.
Is that because of the Captain Marvel thing?
No, that Captain Marvel was done like a while ago.
Oh, okay.
Like 80s maybe.
Sure.
So Dr. Savannah...
When did this book come out?
2011
Oh,
or
wow.
12? 11.
That's pretty recent.
Oh, yeah. And it was written by Geoff Johns, who wrote like everything for DC at a time. So Dr. Savannah...
Is that Shazam as a Bigfoot?
Right
like
here?
The Bigfoot photo?
Yeah.
That's funny.
And so Dr. Savannah's like, I want the power. I want the wizard to give me the power. I need to find him because I know that he chooses a champion. And I know I could be that champion because I'm epic and cool.
Yeah, main protagonist syndrome.
Exactly. So then we pick up with little boy Billy Batson. He's about 12.
Billy Batson.
Billy Batson.
That's
actually, he might be like 15 or so. And he is a foster kid.
Billy Batman.
Billy Batman. It's also Christmas time, like in the movie.
Yeah.
And he's a little foster kid who... This married couple comes to him and is like, hey, we want to adopt you. And the foster mother, the woman at the foster house who runs it, is like, oh, this Billy, he's such a good kid, you're gonna love him. And then the married couple's like, all right, we'll take him. You know. And then they leave the room, and then Billy's like, you're such a fucking liar. And then the woman is like, I fucking hate you, Billy. I hope these people take you far, far away and I never see you again. And then Billy's like, yeah, go to hell, you ugly... They don't say that, but they're very much like, they don't like each
aggressive
other.
towards
But they're
each
putting on like fake smiles and everything.
So that
they can
adopted.
both be taken away from each other. And I kind of like that relationship.
Yeah.
It's really funny. But
she looks like a sweet old lady.
yeah, and then she's like, Billy, I hate you. You've escaped. Like, you always run away. You're so mean to me. You're a little
she's
shit
in the wrong
kid.
line of work.
She definitely is. So Billy goes with the married couple, the Vasquezes. That's their name. And they go to the foster house where they have a bunch of different kids, like in the movie. And I'll try to remember all their names.
But it's a foster home.
It's a foster home. They're all adopted kids.
Okay.
So you got Darla, who's this little girl right here with the epic t-shirt.
That is
You
epic.
got Freddie, you got Mary, you got Eugene, and you got Pedro. And they're a very diverse group of little kids, but they're very much a family, you know. And the mother, I forget the mother's name. I think her name might be Mary also, or Maria or something. Whatever. The mom is very much like, Billy, welcome home. You know, I made hot chocolate. Like, it's Christmas. No kid should be alone on Christmas. And Billy is like, this seems fake. Like, this seems like a fake family.
Yeah.
You know, like, we're not related. I don't want your hot chocolate. I just need a bed. And all the other kids, especially Darla, who's the youngest one, she starts, like, hugging Billy and is like, oh, you're my brother. I'm so happy to see you. And, like, get to know you and everything.
That's so wholesome.
Exactly. And then, of course, Billy, being a teenager, is like, get off me. I'm not your brother. And then she starts crying. And then Mary is like, you're such a dick. You literally showed up a minute ago, and you're already causing problems for everyone in the house.
We welcome you into the house.
We give you hot chocolate. And you're just the biggest prick ever.
Aww.
And he's like, so? And she's like, you don't care about anyone else, do you? And then she's like, how sad is that? And then she just walks away, leaving Billy alone to look at, like, his... like a little photograph of his actual parents at a zoo with a tiger. Now, this tiger is really important.
Oh, really?
To the story.
Okay.
So remember the tiger.
I was going to say, that's an epic tiger.
Also, I love that Billy's dad looks just like Shazam. Almost.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know this for a fact, but I'm pretty sure, like, when Billy says Shazam, he just turns into an adult version of himself. So, like, one day he'll just age, and when he says Shazam, he'll just get the costume, not like
the power.
grow.
Yeah,
and the power.
Yeah, that's cool.
It is. He doesn't become another person, you know. Like, he doesn't become an amalgam of the gods. He only has, like, the powers of the gods.
Yeah.
So Billy is, like, in his bedroom. It's like lightning, like thundering outside, and he sees, like, a face in the clouds, and he's like, "Huh, that's weird."
Time to go to bed.
Yeah. So the next morning they have to go to school, and Darla is there like, good morning, and Billy's like, isn't she mad at me? And everyone's like, well, Darla's like a goldfish, like, she doesn't really remember, like, new day, different day, same shit, different underwear. So they're all going to school, and I should mention Freddie, this blonde one right here. He's the one with the crutches, right? And they, as a collective foster family, they're always getting picked on by the bullies of this, like, really rich family. Like, these four brothers are, like, loaded. They're rich. Their dad's, like, a big multimillionaire guy. And they're always picking on Freddie and the rest of the foster kids. And they're beating up Freddie, who has crutches, and they're, like, beating up Mary. So it's like these kids are just little savages.
Yeah, that's messed up.
You know? And then Billy just chimes in and beats the hell out of them. And of course he gets taken to the principal's office, where the kids' dad, the kids that Billy beat up, his dad shows up and is like, I want this little vagrant arrested. And everyone's like, he's like 15. Like, it was a school fight. Like, Get off my dick, bro. I'm the principal. I have other shit to worry about. And then he's like, I'm rich. And she's like, okay, like, I'll call his parents or whatever.
And
then the foster dad, I forget his name, but the foster dad shows up. Mike. I'll just call him Mike.
Okay.
So Mike shows up, and he's like, Billy, like, I don't blame you for getting into the fight, especially because, like, you were helping your brothers and sisters. And, of course, Billy's like, they're not my brothers and sisters. We're not related. This is a phony, fake family. And then the dad from the rich dad, he shows up, and he, like, threatens Billy. He's like, I'll kill you, you little bitch. And he grabs him, and Mike...
Does that rich... Dad, does he know that his kid's beating up on a cripple kid?
I don't think he cares.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just that much of a douche. He doesn't care. Billy's foster dad, he, like, tries to help Billy, and they all end up, like, tackling each other to the ground. And the rich guy is like, I'm gonna sue you two.
For what?
For assault.
Oh, okay.
Even though he was assaulting this
and
little
he's
child.
A child? Yeah.
Exactly. He was about to punch this kid in the face. Yeah. So then we meet up with Dr. Savannah once again in north of Baghdad.
Okay.
And he's in, like, this little little like reservation or this camp where I guess he's with like he has like a military crew or maybe like a
Excavation.
or maybe archaeology or something. He's looking for something in this area, and they end up going down into the tunnels, and they find like this ancient like hieroglyphics on the walls, and you see like the little Shazam symbol, and he's like, oh my god, this is it. Open the door, give me the power. And he starts like trying to open the door, and
because no other culture or civilization could draw a lightning bolt.
Exactly. And he tries to open the door or open the wall or whatever, and then this burst of lightning hits him in the face, and he's alive, right?
But he's bald.
No, he was always bald.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my god, Dr.
It's
Savannah,
always
are you
bald,
okay?
man. Why are evil characters always bald?
Because you sympathize more, I guess. You're like, no. I mean, if
they're mad.
Yeah.
It's the bald rage.
Exactly. So they're like, Dr. Savannah, are you okay? And they like flip him over, and his eyes all like crazy, and he's like, I can see magic, and everyone's like,
he's got wizard eyes.
Exactly. So at the foster house, the two parents are talking about Billy, and they're like, you remember when we were like his age? We were always escaping foster homes. We were always getting into fights. Like, it's understandable for him to be acting out. He thinks like his original parents didn't love him, you know? Meanwhile, and they're like, we made him dinner, and he barely even ate his cheeseburger or whatever. And then the wife is like, it's gonna take some time, but he'll open up to us, you know? We're like all he has right now, and he might be angry at the world, but he's not really angry at us. Billy ends up like leaving the house. He sneaks out.
Know what happened to his parents, or they just?
I don't know. I don't even remember if they say.
Maybe it's not important. But...
Yeah, I don't know. Huh. I can't remember. I know in the movie, the mom just left him, like in the zoo or in the park or something. But
the same zoo they took the family photo.
Exactly. But I can't remember in the book.
Okay.
But so Billy ends up leaving the house. He sneaks out through the window, and Freddy sees like the pickles from his hamburger on the floor, and is like, pickles.
He eats them.
Yeah, and he ends up following Billy, and he follows Billy to the zoo to see the tiger. And I think like that family photo with the tiger is like the last time he maybe saw his parents.
Oh yeah.
Or like it has to be or like the best day of his young life, you know? And
like a core memory of his parents.
Exactly.
So he goes back and visits the tiger.
Oh yeah.
That's sad.
It is. And so Freddy, you know, he's not very stealthy.
Right.
And Billy sees him. He's like, why are you following me? Get out of here. And Freddy's like, I'm trying to be your friend. I'm trying to be your brother. Like, I know you're sad and everything, but like, why are you being so mean? Like, at one point,
he's gone through that too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, we're in the same boat. Like, we didn't have people that cared about us, but the Vasquezes do. So you shouldn't push them away. I mean, not until like you're 18 and can provide for yourself, you know? So then we see Dr. Savannah still down in the tunnels, and he finds like this little doorway with more hieroglyphics and everything, and he walks in, and using his like magic eye or whatever, he can see that there's something else within the tunnels. And by like him going in the tunnels with the eye, it causes like a little explosion of electricity, and Black Adam is awoken. So do you know Black Adam's deal?
No.
Perfect. We'll get into it in this book. This is an
just like Shazam.
He was Shazam, the Wizard Shazam's original champion.
Oh, okay.
And we'll get in. This is an origin story for Shazam and Black Adam, so you'll get both.
Man, he looks just like The Rock.
I know, but with hair. So Black Adam attacks Dr. Savannah, and I like this. Now, Black Adam is from Kahndaq, which is like a made-up DC country somewhere in the Middle East, I think. So he's speaking that language, but Dr. Savannah, using like magic or whatever, he's able to speak every language.
Okay.
So most of the time when he's speaking to when he's speaking to Black Adam, he's speaking in his native tongue. Until later, where Black Adam like goes into normal like everyday civilization, like he just walks into the city, and he's like, and he just learns language really quick, magic, whatever.
Sure. So
Black Adam melts one of the guys Dr. Sivana's with, and then Dr. Sivana's like, okay, don't kill me. Like, I'm magic also. Like, you seem to be upset. Tell me what you're upset about. And Black Adam's like, I want to find the wizard and kick that guy's ass.
Why?
Because we'll get into it.
Didn't he give him his power?
Yeah, but he also encased him in the tomb.
Okay.
We'll get to why.
Sure. I don't know what that means.
He like banished him, like locked him away.
But he's not. He's out.
Well, he was awoken from.
Oh,
Savannah.
right. You said that. Okay. Yeah.
So now we pick up with Freddy and Billy, and they're at the rich family's house from the beginning, and they're like throwing
the kids that were bullying them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like their big mansion, and they're like fucking around with the car, like their car. They're throwing shit at the windows. They're
Letting
vandalizing
the air out
shit.
of the tires.
Exactly what they're doing. And eventually, like, the dad comes out with a baseball bat. And he's like, where are you? I know someone down here. And then Billy pushes Freddy into a bush. Because he can't run.
Yeah.
You know? So he's like, hide here. I'll, like, lead them away from you. So you can run away.
That's sweet.
Like, slowly hobble away. And so Billy's, like, dancing in front of him. And the dad's like, rah! And him and his sons chase after Billy. And they're running all throughout town. Causes a car crash, trips a Santa Claus, and he's running down into the subway system, or just the subway. Mm-hmm. And he gets on a train, and of course the dad and his sons are too late. He's like, open the door, we just want to kick your ass, you 15-year-old boy. And when he's on the train, there's people there, like sitting next to him in the chairs
on the subway.
And then like in the beginning, the people are like evaporated or like electrically evaporated. Like lightning strikes them and they just like are obliterated. Seemingly, not. I don't think they die.
Did a big purple man snap his fingers?
Oh yeah, definitely. And then the train stops, and then when it opens, it's in a temple. Very similar temple. It is. And this time you actually get to see the wizard. And you get to see a lot more of, like, the wizard's chambers than you do in the movie. Like, you get to see a lot of crazy cool shit, like different corridors, pathways, statues, and everything. Dragon skeletons. You get to see this, like, mirror with a woman in it. That's Francesca. She'll come up later.
That's cool.
And you just get to see a lot of cool things in the wizard's place.
Does he come back here a lot?
Shazam?
Is this like his bat cave?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the Rock of Eternity, which is like one of the most magical places in this realm. So Billy's walking down, like there's a voice calling to him.
Yeah.
So he's following the voice, and he ends up seeing the 7 deadly sins. Right. You get to see him here. Billy's like, I know that. 7 deadly sins.
They're like living entities, though?
Kind of. Or like it's more like holograms of them. Like they're not there.
Oh, okay.
It's just like
I see.
Little. It's like a museum, but with holograms.
Informational. Yeah.
Exactly. And so Billy finally ends up meeting the wizard, and the wizard's like, "Oh God, you're a kid. Great. Well,
he's got the face of a cloud."
Exactly. He's like, "I didn't expect you to be a kid, but I need your help because my original champion Black Adam is back, and I need you to go kick his ass." And Billy's like, I'm a kid. I don't know what you're saying, bro. I want to go home.
How old is he?
He's like 15. I can't imagine he's more than 15, but I kind of want to say he's like 12 or 13.
Oh, okay.
And so the wizard is like, Billy, I have watched your life. Like, not like I'm stalking you or anything, but I look at you and I can see like every part of who you are as a person. You running away, you stealing a police car, you being a little freaking asshole to your old foster caretaker. Like, I see that.
He doesn't seem like the right fit.
Exactly. He's like, you're not the right fit, but you can grow to be. A person can change.
So he can see, like, possible outcomes, too,
Yeah.
for the future?
Sure.
Okay.
And so the wizard is like, oh, here's, again, like, the tiger. It's just cool. You get to see a whole lot of different parts from Billy's life as the wizard's explaining his power, what Black Adam is doing, and the whole thing with Black Adam, I'll just get to it. Black Adam became Shazam, became Black Adam. He got the powers from the wizard, but then started abusing the powers and became, like, evil. So the wizard was like, okay, I'm just going to lock you away and banish you for, like, 1 billion years. And then he's like, and all of a sudden he got fucking let out. I don't know how that happened, but now I need a new champion because he's going to destroy the world because he's all of the gods.
Yeah, and he's mad.
Exactly. And so the wizard's like, speak my name and you will be, you'll be a superhero.
So when Black Adam came to the wizard to get his powers, did the wizard look at him and see a possible outcome where he was the hero and one where he's like the villain and he just gave him a chance?
Actually, I don't know. They do something interesting with, like, there's still more to Black Adam's origin that we'll get to, and it kind of throws you for a little loop. So we'll get to it. So then Billy says Shazam, and he becomes Shazam.
He's so muscly.
He's so jacked. It's insane.
Yeah.
And of course, immediately he's like, holy shit. I'm jacked. I'm beautiful. I have lightning. I have a cool costume. This is so cool. And the wizard's like, you cannot abuse this power. And Billy's like,
I'm 12.
He's like, okay, I don't know. La da 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 da. Just wandering into traffic.
What are you gonna do about it, old man?
Yeah. I think the old man, like,
the wizard.
Yeah, the wizard. I think this was like the last of the wizard's power. So after he gives the power to Billy, he dies.
He evaporates.
Literally. And he's nothing but a cape. And then
it's like Star Wars.
Exactly. And then Shazam gets, like, teleported out, and you meet back up with Freddy, who's crawling out of the bush finally, and then Shazam shows up. And he's like, hey, Freddy, it's me. And Freddy's like, ah! He's like, no, don't worry. As he's, like, manhandling, he was like, don't worry. I'm Billy. And Freddy's like, no, you're fucking not. You're like a 40-year-old man. And Billy's like, no, it's me. I promise. And somehow Freddy believes him. I guess he just looks into his eyes. He's like, yeah, I guess you look like an older Billy. I buy it. You're an adult now? Like, that's cool. And then Billy immediately is like, yeah, I have, like, super strength and lightning. And remember, they're at the rich guy's house. So Billy's like, super strength. So he picks up the guy's car and just destroys it. The guy comes out and his car is, like, obliterated. And then Freddy jumps on Shazam's back and they're just running through the city.
So Shazam can fly?
Yes.
Okay.
He doesn't, I don't know if he knows how to yet.
Because he just got it 2 minutes ago.
Yeah. He goes to, like...
But he doesn't fly at all in the movie, right? He can
does.
like, jump?
No, he does.
Oh.
Towards the later half of the movie.
Okay. I don't remember it much.
They stop a... So, with the powers, they destroy the car, and they're running into town, and then Freddy's like, you're an adult, like, we could buy beer? That's epic. And then, just as they're saying that, a woman's being mugged. She has, like, Christmas shopping, and this guy has, like, a knife, or, like, a gun. And Shazam's like, I'm a superhero. So Shazam goes over to the guy, punches him through, like, a car.
Oh, no, that guy's dead.
Just kills this guy. And then the woman's like, wow, you saved my life. How can I repay you?
Kind of overkill, but you did.
Yeah. And she's like, how could I ever repay you? And Shazam is like, well, I'm a little short for cash. And the woman gives him like $20. Aww. So then they're like, whoa, we got $20. We could go buy beer. So they go and buy beer. And this literally happens in the movie.
Yeah.
And I think it's so accurate. Like, if a 12-year-old got superpowers where he turns into an adult man with his little friend.
Yeah.
Like, of course, that's the first thing you'll do.
I would fly
Go
to
to like
the
the
moon.
strip club.
I'd go to the moon.
You wouldn't get beer.
No, I'd go to the moon. Why would I
I'd go
need
fight
beer?
like a
I can
dragon or
fly.
something. Yeah. But so Black Adam and Dr. Sivana make their way to, like, I should mention the city they're in is Philadelphia.
Okay.
Fawcett City, Philadelphia.
Is that a real city?
Nope. You know DC.
Yeah.
So Black Adam and Dr. Sivana make their way back to Philadelphia, and there's like this giant protest going on. This rich guy is like being an asshole, to like cutting people's pay, not giving them enough hours. There's this giant protest, and Black Adam's like, these people are upset. Why? And Dr. Sivana's like, the guy up in that really tall building, he's like, he's ruining their lives. You know, he has so much money, and he's taking more money from them. And Black Adam just flies up to the guy, bursts through his window, grabs the guy, throws him, and just lets him fall. Splats on the ground, and all the people are like, yeah!
Really?
Well, some people are
they
like,
witness a murder.
literally.
I mean,
most people are like, run away.
Yeah.
But then other people are like, I mean,
that's what we
that's
wanted.
what we wanted. So then,
so he's a hero.
kind of. Now, the thing with Black Adam is he is a villain, but people categorize him as like an anti-hero, where he's like a villain, but he'll be a hero if he needs to be.
He's not reserved to one side or the other.
Like, that's what most people would say. He's a villain. Like, I think he's a villain.
Okay.
He's like Dr. Doom. Okay. Black Adam has his own country that he rules over.
Really?
People that he loves.
Okay.
And anyone else, he has no patience for. But sometimes, like, Dr. Doom wouldn't help the Avengers, but Black Adam has.
Okay. But
So
Dr. Doom isn't really... I mean, he's a villain for sure.
Yeah.
But he's also kind of good.
For his people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, he cares about his people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing with Black
Do
Adam.
they worship Black Adam as like a god?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Like, Dr. Doom is more like, I love my people, they respect me, I give them good food. You know,
yeah, he's more like a king.
Exactly.
But
and Black Adam
Adam's
is their
a
god.
Yeah.
And so, before they go to get the beer, Billy and Freddy, before they go to get the beer, they're like, I don't know if you could walk in dressed like that, Billy. You look like a superhero. And Billy's like, okay, I got $20. I'll go to like the Salvation Army and I'll just get a big jacket. So he does that, and it costs like $10. And then they're like, well, we still got $10 left. So
too bad the beer is $11.
Literally. I think at this point they're like, all right, forget the beer, let's just get food. And they just get like Big Macs and shit.
Nice.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Black Adam and Dr. Sivana. Now, Dr. Sivana's like, I can see magic. I can like feel your power. You're very powerful. But you're not the only one. Like, I know, like, I feel like the wizard, wherever he is, because they don't know where he is, right? The wizard, wherever he is, I think he made a new champion. But that's not all I'm feeling. And Black Adam's like, what do you mean? So...
He dims the light.
Yeah.
Turns on some music.
Oh, yeah. So then later, Black Adam and Dr. Sivana go to Brooklyn. And in Brooklyn, they go to this like shitty apartment, and there's this guy delivering a pizza to this apartment, and he's delivering like 5 pizzas to this apartment, and the guy's like, leave the food up, or come in the apartment, the money is on the counter. And the guy's like, you won't even open the door for me, you lazy bastard? And then the wall's destroyed, and Black Adam shows up and enters this guy's apartment, and it's this giant fat guy. And Black Adam is like, I know you. And he like electrocutes him a little bit. And he's like, you've been asleep for a long time. And it turns out that this was a host for one of the 7 deadly sins, sloth.
Oh, that's gross.
Yeah.
But that's cool.
And then Black Adam's like, we have to get the other 6. So their plot in this is to go around and find the other members of the 7 deadly sins.
That's cool.
Meanwhile, Billy is like using his powers reckless. He's doing everything the wizard told him not to.
Right, yeah.
It's like, don't use it for self-gain. Don't abuse the power. Billy's like zapping ATMs.
I mean, he's got to learn not to, you know?
And even though he's doing all this, like he's zapping the ATM to get money and whatever, he's stopping crimes too. You know, like there's this
the mugging,
and now there's bank robbers. And it's almost like he's always in the right place at the right time. And I think someone later says it's because he has the wisdom of like Solomon or something. Like he knows where to be even without like thinking it.
Okay. Is that like a biblical Solomon then?
Maybe, I think so. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. I feel like they do a good job using the other gods and not just like he's strong and has electricity. You know, like he has the wisdom of Solomon. He's fast like Mercury. He's very strong like Hercules or Atlas or whatever.
So it takes like godlike people from a bunch of different
I think so.
beliefs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like Black Adam, right? He says Shazam, but his gods, like the gods that give him power, aren't like Zeus. They're Egyptian gods.
Okay.
Yeah. I said the Middle East is where he was, like his people.
Yeah.
He's from Egypt.
So his people are in Egypt too?
People are from Egypt, not
okay.
like Iraq or anything. They're from Egypt. So there's a lot of different like Egyptian DC characters.
Yeah.
Right? Black Adam, Hawkman and Hawkwoman, and Dr. Fate all kind of like bumped elbows back. Like,
in Moon Knight?
No. They all like bumped elbows back like billions of years ago.
Yeah.
And
right, because I mean,
yeah, like you know,
Hawk man and woman, they're reincarnated, exactly. So they would know.
And Black Adam's been asleep for like centuries.
Yeah.
And when I say Dr. Fate, you know how he has like the metal helmet?
Sure.
The metal helmet is like possessed by Nabu. Nabu is the guy from Egypt that possessed the helmet.
Oh,
I guess, yeah.
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know much about the Egyptian gods.
Neither do I. But DC certainly likes them.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these characters are...
I mean, they're cool.
Definitely. I like mythology in general.
Yeah.
So I like learning about different mythologies. Anyway, Black Adam's collecting all the 7 deadly sins while Shazam, he foils a bank robbery, he foils that mugging, and there's another guy holding up a liquor store. He stops all of them. And then the mirror woman, Francesca, who I mentioned before, she shows up to Billy. Like just... Billy said, or the woman, Billy and Freddy are walking down like the street, and in the like a window of a store, the woman appears, but only Billy can see her
in the reflection.
Window.
Okay.
Only Billy can see her, and she's like, "Billy, you can hear me, right? I gotta talk to you." And Billy's like, "Who are you?" And Freddy's like, "Who are you talking to?" And Billy's like, "You don't see the woman in the
Can he only see her when he's Shazammed up?
No.
Okay.
Like, he always has the power flowing through him.
Yeah.
But she's like, you're doing a great job stopping, like, all these crimes. I think they also stop a carjacking. I say they, but Freddy didn't do it.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, you're doing a great job stopping all these crimes and everything, but Black Adam is here. This is who the wizard warned you of. And Shazam's like, I don't know how to fight. Like, I might have these powers. Like, all I know is I can punch really hard and I have electricity. And she's like, oh, you can fly. And he's like, what? And Freddy's like, bro, you can fly? Fucking fly. What are you doing? And Billy's like, I can fly? And he just starts flying. It's so funny. And then Freddy jumps on his back and they just fly around town.
That's cute.
I find it so funny.
He's got lightning coming off of his feet.
I know. I find it so funny how Billy is told really important instructions, and then the wizard or Francesca will be like, by the way, you could do this, and Billy forgets everything else they said. and it's just like focusing on the one cool thing. It's
realistic.
It's very realistic for a little boy to do.
That's what I would do.
Yeah. So, but while they're flying around, Black Adam catches up to them, and time to see
because he can fly.
Because he can fly too, and he's been doing it for billions of years.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing, and so Black Adam's like, "Oh, I finally found you. Time to have an epic fight, bro."
What happened to the bald guy from the beginning? Is that him right there?
This guy, Dr.
Yeah.
Savannah.
Yeah.
Yeah, with
What's
the magic
he been
eye.
up to?
He's been with Black Adam, finding the 7 deadly sins.
Oh, that's him.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm stupid.
No,
yeah.
you're good.
Yeah.
So Black Adam's fighting Shazam.
How
now.
does? Oh, he's got the magic
The magic eye. So he's the one that sees
all
where
makes
they
sense
are.
now. Yeah, that's
so
cool. Okay.
Black Adam's fighting Shazam, and Dr. Savannah ends up going to New Jersey
Oh no.
to like a recycling center where he finds another member of the 7 deadly sins. I think it's Pride. Which I think is kind of funny that Pride is working in like such a shitty place. Like I feel like it's like the opposite. Because I imagine Pride, like if Pride would be in a person, it would be someone who's very like, I'm the best. I have an amazing job. I have an amazing life. And instead, Pride goes into like a bum, like a bummy woman who's like, I have a shit job. If that makes sense. But it probably doesn't have anything. I'm probably just overthinking
The
it.
sins are just like possessing people, basically, right?
Yeah, but Sloth possessed like a fat guy, like Sloth.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel like most of them
But
possess.
why wouldn't he be gluttony? You know.
Oh, fair enough.
I don't know if it's that important.
It's probably
deep.
not.
Yeah.
I'm probably just overthinking it.
You could still be a prideful person and work
True.
at a recycling plant in Jersey.
But then I love when Pride is like reborn, I guess. She's like, what the fuck is this place? Why am I here? This place is horrible. And Shazam and Black Adam are having an insane fight all across Philadelphia. Billy's being thrown into Christmas trees. They have a fight in the mall. Very much like the movie. I will say...
Was the Black Adam in the movie?
No. It was Dr. Savannah.
Right.
Who had like all these powers.
Okay.
Dr. Savannah can only like see magic. He can't like fly around and stuff like in the movie.
But I figure that's just more convenient.
Exactly. They wanted to make a single Black Adam movie. And, you know, it's cool seeing them fight. I love the art in this book. Gary Frank.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
It is. It's very, like, realistic, kind of, but still, like, comic booky.
Yeah.
You know, great
it's like
action.
Modern comic book.
Very. And so Billy's like, I'm not going to fucking beat this guy. Black Adam is experienced. He's going to kick my ass. I need to run away. So Billy says Shazam and turns back into a little boy. Which is the first time he's turned back into a little boy. Like, he's been Shazam for, like, 3 days straight.
It doesn't need to, like, recharge at all, does it?
No. He could be Shazam for... Like, Black Adam, once he became powerful, he never turned it off. For a billion years.
I mean,
he was asleep
for most of it, but yeah,
like, it never turned itself off.
Got it, yeah. Which is maybe why he was able to get out of this eternal sleep.
So, Black Adam...
Or whatever.
Yeah. So Black Adam's like, where are you? Where'd you go?
That's a great, like, alter ego, though.
A
like,
kid?
Especially of the DC heroes.
Exactly.
That's the most believable that people wouldn't recognize him.
And since, like, Black Adam can't see... Like, if Dr. Savannah was here, he'd be able to see that Billy is the magic, that Billy Shazam, because he could see the magic. But Black Adam's like, I'll find you eventually.
Where did he go?
Savannah?
Yeah.
He's in New Jersey with getting the other sins.
Oh.
Or getting Pride.
Yeah, yeah.
He's going all over.
He didn't go with them, okay.
No. Black Adam was like, I'm going to go kill the other guy. Meanwhile, the rich dad is at the Vasquez's house like, where is your son Billy, or adopted son Billy? He destroyed my car. And they're like, What do you mean?
He's 12.
He's 12?
He's a little boy. He can't do that.
Are you saying he crushed your car?
Yeah,
also,
right.
He brought, like, police officers and everything. He's like, your son is going to go to jail because I'm going to sue for, like, vandalism. And
how would he even know that was Billy?
Well, because Billy was like...
It's me, Billy!
Yeah, he was. He was there. They chased him.
Okay.
You know, so he knows that it was him, but he's 12. He's not going to destroy...
He looks like a man.
Yeah. So, I fucking hate this guy. The dad. And he's...
You're supposed to.
You are supposed to. And he's in this... And, okay. When I was reading this, I was like, this dad's going to be a sin. He's not.
Oh.
I thought he was going to be greed. Or pride.
Greed, yeah.
Either one. I thought he was going to be something. He is something. But we'll get to it.
Okay.
So the dad's like, your son's going to go to jail. We're going to arrest him.
For sure.
Yeah. And the cops are like, okay, just where is Billy? And then the foster parents are like, well, actually, he hasn't come home for 2 days. And the dad's like, or the rich guy is like, oh, so you're neglecting your child now. And even the police are like, bro, shut the fuck up. Like, you're so annoying, dude. This child did not destroy your car. Leave him alone, dude.
It's not physically possible.
Exactly. Meanwhile, Black Adam's tearing up the street of the city like a few miles away. They're starting to hear and see the damage. And Freddy is like... fucking Freddy runs back to the foster house and is like, okay, like, to the other kids. And he's like, okay, guys, Billy's a magical, like, superhero. And he's fighting another magic character. I don't know what to do. And they're like, what the fuck are we gonna do?
Yeah.
And he's like, I just needed to tell someone. Like, I don't know what to do. I like hobbled over here as fast as I could. It's been a long day. I don't know where to find him. Like, last I saw, he was fighting Black Adam, then turned back into himself and ran away. And then Freddy's like, oh, I think I know where he might be. And they go to the zoo. And Billy's with the tiger. And he's just, like, talking to the tiger. He's like, I'm just a kid. I don't know how to fight. I'm not a magical god or whatever. I'm gonna fucking die. And then all the other foster kids show up. And he's like, what are you guys doing here? Like, I was such an asshole to you. And they're like, yeah, well, we're family now. So, like, we're gonna help you. We don't know how. We hear your magic. And Billy's like, yeah, it happened yesterday. And there's, like, police coming and Black Adam's, like, fucking tearing the city apart. And Billy is like, maybe if we find the wizard, I can give the powers back. And then this cannot be my burden anymore. Because I don't know what to do anymore. Like, I don't know how to do this.
Bro, the
wizard died.
Disappeared, yeah.
Well, he doesn't know if he died or just, like, teleported away or whatever.
I mean, he is magic.
Yeah. And then this is where Dr. Savannah unleashes all the 7 deadly sins.
Oh, he found them. All of them.
Yep.
Wow. They look cool.
They do. They're very unique looking when in the movie they're just like black monsters.
Yeah.
I like this one a lot. He's green. He has a top hat.
I like the big one.
Yeah, this one?
Yeah.
Or this one?
Both of them.
Yeah. Very cool, unique designs. I'm guessing this is Sloth, who's just laying down. That's awesome.
Wait, so who is that one?
Maybe Gluttony, because it looks like it likes
yeah.
eating. This one might be Wrath, Pride, Greed, because he has a big thing.
Oh, I thought the green one was Greed.
I know. I really don't know, actually.
Okay.
But I'm just pulling it out of my
Yeah,
ass.
yeah. I mean, they all kind of. They look like the 7 deadly sins.
Yeah. I would not want to meet any of them.
No.
So the kids end up running down into the train station again in the subway. And they're like, are you sure you got your magical abilities from a train? And he's like, no, the train brought me somewhere. And they're like, well, it's not moving. And Billy's like, ah. And then Darla...
I promise I'm not lying.
Yeah.
I did it this morning.
Eugene... Now, Eugene's like this little kid. He's like a video game kid. He always has like his iPad and everything.
His DS.
Here he has an iPad, and Billy takes it because that woman who shows up in Reflections and stuff, Francesca, she shows up. And she's like, I know you want to get rid of your powers, but you're the only one. Like, the wizard's dead. Okay? You have the powers. And you have the responsibility. So you gotta do it. You have a family to care about. Black Adam's gonna destroy the world, maybe. And you're the only one who's strong enough to stop him. I don't know where Superman is, but, like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Where's the Justice
He's taking
League?
the day off.
Literally. Francesca also fills Billy in on Black Adam's origin. Right? Because Billy's like, what's the deal with the guy? Like, how did he become a Shazam like me? And Francesca's like, his people of Kahndaq were, like, they were subjugated to torture and slavery. And it shows, like...
Subjugated?
Subjected.
I don't know. Is subjugated a word?
I think so, yeah. Subjugated.
Huh. I've never heard that before.
Huh.
Subjugated.
Maybe I made it up. It's late.
Subjected. It is late.
My brain's tired.
I'll give it a pass. It's probably right.
Maybe.
Continue.
Whatever. So you see this kid.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like, oh, Black Adam was also a kid. And that's why the wizard was like, great, you're a kid. So you see, like, the kid, and he's being tortured, and he's being thrown down into the mines to, like, work. He's being whipped and everything. And his parents were killed, like, in front of him. But he still has an uncle. And his uncle is like, we gotta get out of here, okay? We gotta run away from our captors. And then the uncle is, like, stabbed and seemingly killed. And then the young boy is met with not just the Wizard of Shazam, but like a bunch of wizards. And
so that one guy was just one.
He was just
wizard.
He was the last living one.
Oh.
And so that story's cut off really quick because Black Adam shows up, and Black Adam's like, "You're gonna speak the words Shazam, and you're gonna give me your power." Because, like, the wizard is dead, and he left you all his power. Meaning you can bestow the power of Shazam onto other people, too. So you're going to speak Shazam, you're going to give it to me, you're going to be a little boy, I'm going to kill you, and then I'm going to go back to my people. Meanwhile, Billy has, like, his mouth, like, Black Adam's hand up to his mouth. So he's like, fuck you, no! And Black Adam's like, you're a little piece of shit, bro. And then...
Is that all it takes? He just has to have his hand to his mouth when he says it, and he gets his power?
Yeah, anyways. No, I mean, he's just stopping him from, like...
Saying it
for now. Because he wants to go into his spiel.
Yeah.
Of how he's going to take over his people again. And Billy looks into Black Adam's eyes and is like, I know the story of you. You were a kid just like me. Who was, like, tortured. Well, I mean, I wasn't tortured, but, like, you were a kid, and you were tortured, and you were given the powers of Shazam, and, like, your uncle or whatever was killed in front of you. And it turns out that this kid isn't Black Adam. The uncle's Black Adam. And the wizard gave both the kid and the uncle powers. So there were, like, two Shazams.
Got it, okay.
And then the little kid, he, like... couldn't, you know, he was just a little kid, so he didn't really know how to, he was afraid to fight, he didn't want to hurt people. And then his uncle was like, don't worry, it's all gonna be okay, let's say Shazam and, like, save our people. And then they both go to say Shazam, and then the uncle puts his hand on the kid's head, so when the kid says Shazam, the uncle gets both the powers.
So he's doubled up?
And also, he kills his nephew.
Oh, okay. What? Because he's got his hand on him?
Yeah, he just crushes his head. Or actually, maybe they don't both get powers, but the kid has powers, and he's afraid to say the words and get the power.
Yeah.
So then...
the uncle takes it.
Uncle Black Adam is like... puts his hand on his head, takes the power. Uncle Dwayne the Rock, yeah. Uncle Rock. And that's the origin of Black Adam. He killed his nephew for the power.
That's pretty metal.
It's pretty metal. And little Billy is like, bruh, how could you do this? Like, he was your family. And it's a conversation that kind of mirrors, like, he's your family. He's all you had. And then he looks over to, like, his adoptive family, who is now being attacked by the 7 deadly sins and Black Adam. And Black Adam's, like, Black Adam lets go of Billy. And starts, like, attacking the kids. And then the 7 deadly sins all, like... So you remember the rich dad?
Yeah.
All the 7 deadly sins, they need a host. So they all fly into the dad, and he becomes like this giant, insane sin.
Whoa, that's cool.
It's so cool.
That's epic.
Especially drawn by Gary Frank. It looks so cool. So Shazam's up. And Black Adam's like, give me your power. I'm going to kill this little crippled kid and this little girl over here. I'm going to kill your whole family. Speak the name Shazam and give me your power. And Shazam's like, fuck you. And he says Shazam. And he, like, shoots it towards Black Adam. But instead of hitting Black Adam, it hits all his foster siblings.
All of them at once?
All of them, because they were all in the same area. And they're all bestowed the power of Shazam.
Okay.
Which happens in the movie.
Yeah.
And
so he can just do that to anyone?
Yeah. Because he is the wizard now, pretty much. He has the wizard's power. Okay. So you could do everything the wizard can or your money back.
Okay.
So...
but the wizard had a limit.
Yeah, sure.
So
yeah, he died.
Too, yeah.
I guess. But also, the wizard was old. Maybe it was just his time.
Okay.
So Billy and the other Shazam, the Shazam family...
The Shazamly.
Oh, that's good. The Shazamly beat up Black Adam and the giant deadly sin monster. And it's really cool. I love seeing the kids all, like, grown up. I like Freddy, because he was the one with crutches, and he's like, whoa! I can stand, I can fly.
Yeah.
This is so cool.
That's cute.
Yeah, Pedro, he was, like, the fat kid, and now he's jacked. He's like, and he has a beard. He's like, oh my god, I'm so cool. Like, it's just a bunch of little kids living like because every kid wants to grow up.
Yeah.
You know? But imagine if you grew up and had magic powers. That's insane. And all these kids get that. Black Adam, and all the other kids worry about the giant sin monster, while Shazam goes and fights Black Adam. They're fighting in the zoo. And Black Adam goes to kill the tiger. And then Shazam's like, no. And then Shazam shoots the tiger with lightning, giving the tiger also Shazam powers.
That's so ridiculous,
and
but it's kind of cool.
And it attacks Black Adam. It's so weird. It's so funny, though. I love it.
Man, who does the art for this?
Gary Frank.
He does animals really well.
He does.
That's cool.
And then eventually Black Adam, Shazam continue their knockout, drag-out fight. And Shazam tricks him into speaking the word Shazam. He's like, you've been, like, you've had the magic powers for 1 billion years. You know? You killed your own nephew to get them. And if you, like, I'll make you a deal. Since you haven't been, like, your normal self in, like, forever, if you turn back into, like, just a regular person, and then I'll turn back into a little boy, we'll fight. And then if you kick my ass, which you probably will, because I'm 12, I'll give you my power. And Black Adam's like, fine, Shazam, and he depowers and becomes a normal human. And because he hasn't been a human for 1 billion years, he fucking shrivels up.
Oh, that's horrific.
And just falls apart. Like, he turns to dust. And freaking Billy's like, I didn't think that would happen. Awesome.
He's like, I was just going to kill him when he wasn't Shazam.
And then after Black Adam's murdered, not murdered, but after he disintegrates, the sins all fly out of the dad and stuff, and they just disappear.
Can't wait to wait. Okay,
but where did they go?
No.
Yeah.
I guess never mind. I was gonna say that the Black Adam, when he turned back into his human form, he didn't look like Black Adam anymore. You know? Yeah. But he's a billion years old, so I guess that makes sense.
I guess it brings you to your prime, maybe?
Yeah, that
so
makes
if, like,
sense.
you're an old man and you say Shazam, you might get younger, actually. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So all the 7 deadly sins, like, out of the guy.
Yeah.
And the guy's, like... The guy is... So, the guy's naked now, the dad. Because he became that giant monster, all his clothes were ripped off. And he's just naked in front of these kids. And then the police show up and they're like, oh, look at you. They probably arrest him.
I would hope so.
And then the woman Francesca shows up in like a puddle and is like, we have a champion again.
So he
Good
can
job.
never be alone when he's like brushing his teeth in the mirror.
No, I guess not. And then the next, or maybe not the next morning, but like cut to Christmas. Billy wakes up in the Foster house. Everyone's all lined up ready for Christmas. They're opening presents. And Billy finally accepts his family. And his powers. And I guess they all still have powers. Or maybe the powers that Billy gave them go back into Billy.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. And then we see Dr. Savannah.
Because do you see them as like a super family ever again? Or
Yeah, they'll show up every now and again.
But does he have to bestow the power?
Maybe.
Okay.
And he could.
Yeah.
And then the last thing of this is we see Dr. Savannah as he's like still looking for magic. Like he's not with Black Adam anymore because he's all dust and everything. And he's like, okay, I need to find something. And he ends up finding another cave. Or I think he finds the wizard's old temple or tunnel where Billy got the powers from. But there's no wizard anymore because the wizard died. But he does find in a little glass jar or bottle a little caterpillar who's talking to him and is like, hello, Dr. Savannah, my name is Mr. Mind. We should team up.
Okay.
And that's the end.
Huh.
Yeah.
The caterpillar is Mr. Mind?
Mr. Mind.
Huh.
And that's also in the movie at the very end. You could look through that.
Okay. So this is kind of a fun story.
It is. It's very silly. It's very fun.
But also has some, like, horrific imagery.
Oh, yeah. The Black Adam disintegrating is insane. I think Black Adam's origin with him killing his nephew, I think that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But I think the art's crazy good. And I think the story's really fun. I think it feels like a real kid. Like, Billy feels like a real teenage boy.
Even when he's an adult, he still acts like a kid. I think that's cool.
And the reason I chose to do this book is because there is a Black Adam movie coming out, and there is a new Shazam movie coming out. And hopefully we get this video out before those movies come out.
Yeah.
At least before Shazam 2. Most of this was the basis for the first Shazam movie, except for the Black Adam stuff. So I wonder how much of this they might take for the Black Adam movie, if any of it.
Yeah,
like
I
at least
wonder
the
if
origin stuff.
They'll go with that,
like
that origin story.
Because I feel like if Black Adam's the main character, you kind of want to sympathize with him more. So maybe you wouldn't make him kill his own nephew. But then again, like, I don't know. I don't know what they'll do. I feel like I'm definitely excited for it. Especially because the Justice Society is going to be in it. Have you seen any of the Black Adam trailers?
No.
Oh, man. Hawkman's in it. Dr. Fate's in it. All the Egyptian characters are in it.
Oh, so it's going to be like
Black Adam and the Justice Society.
Okay.
No, I think it's in modern day, or it might be in both. Like maybe he's reawakened and the Justice Society are there. I don't know. I really like this story. I think it's fun. I think it's one of the better New 52 books. Not that I hate the New 52. I know a lot of people do. But I think the New 52 does a good job with certain characters, especially if it's written by Geoff Johns. You know, because I don't know, I can't think of like how many books off the top of my head that we've done on this podcast that were written by Geoff Johns. But we did Flashpoint. He wrote that. Geoff Johns wrote a lot of DC books for a very long time. Like, he wrote Justice Society. He wrote Flash. He brought Barry Allen and Hal Jordan back to life. So, he's like an architect for certain DC characters. He made Aquaman not a joke. He did a lot of really cool things in the New 52. He wrote probably the best Green Lantern series of all time.
So what would you give this book?
I'd give it a K8. Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's a good book. I think it's a lot of fun. I think the art is spectacular. We got to do more books drawn by Gary Frank because he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, looks very nice.
He's great. I love his DC work. I don't know if he's done Marvel work. He probably has.
Probably.
I just can't think of anything.
I feel like most of them kind of do both. Yeah.
Yeah. But like this Sin Monster.
Yeah.
That's a cool tattoo. But yeah, I definitely recommend Shazam, especially if you've watched the movie or you want to get ready for the Black Adam movie.
And this is the perfect starting point.
The perfect starting point.
Yeah. What is it? It's just called Shazam?
It is just called Shazam with an exclamation mark by Geoff Johns. It says Volume 1, but there's not a Volume 2. Not because it was canceled or anything. It was just a backup story that was collected. You can get it for $17, which seems kind of expensive. I got it for $3.99.
What?
There's a little sticker right there. I know.
Nice.
If any of you have an Ollie's nearby, go check that out.
I didn't even know they had comics.
They do. For really cheap.
I've never been inside an Ollie's.
They're an interesting store. It's kind of just a store full of shit. For really cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Would you read this?
I would read it.
Yeah?
Yeah. Why not?
Man, I really wanted to do a Shazam book. And I knew I was going to do this one. But I was kind of like looking around, seeing what other Shazam books I either have or could get. Yeah, man. That's the only one. That's the only Shazam book I have.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, I have books where he appears, but no, like, solo Shazam books. And there's no other... there's very few.
Yeah, you were saying
that are collected.
Before. Yeah.
You know? And I'm not going to go find, like, 55 issues of Shazam from 1964. You know? That's insane. And probably way too expensive.
Well, thank you for joining us in this episode. We really loved having you here with us.
Yeah, I had a good time talking about Shazam.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
We recorded so many episodes today.
I know. Let's get to bed.
Good night. Oh boy.